The 2020 United States redistricting cycle will take place following the completion of the 2020 United States Census. In all 50 states, various bodies will redraw state legislative districts. States that are apportioned more than one seat in the United States House of Representatives will also draw new districts for that legislative body. The rules for redistricting vary from state to state, but all states draw new legislative and congressional maps either in the state legislature, in redistricting commissions, or through some combination of the state legislature and a redistricting commission. Though various laws and court decisions have put constraints on redistricting, many redistricting institutions continue to practice gerrymandering, which involves drawing new districts with the intention of giving a political advantage to specific groups. Political parties prepare for redistricting years in advance, and partisan control of redistricting institutions can provide a party with major advantages. Aside from the possibility of mid-decade redistricting, the districts drawn in the 2020 redistricting cycle will remain in effect until the next round of redistricting following the 2030 United States Census. Article 1 of the United States Constitution establishes the United States House of Representatives and apportions representatives to the states based on population, with reapportionment occurring every 10 years. The decennial United States Census determines the population of each state. Each of the 50 states is guaranteed at least one representative, and the Huntington Hill method is used to assign the remaining 385 seats to states based on the population of each state. Congress has provided for reapportionment every 10 years since the passage of the Reapportionment Act of 1929. Since 1913, the U.S. House of Representatives has consisted of 435 members, a number set by statute, though the number of representatives temporarily increased in 1959. Reapportionment also affects presidential elections, as each state is guaranteed electoral votes equivalent to the number of representatives and senators representing the state. Prior to the 2022 U.S. House elections, each state apportioned more than one representative will draw new congressional districts based on the reapportionment following the 2020 census. Based on the official counts of the 2020 census, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, California, and West Virginia will each lose one seat. Texas will gain 2 seats, and Florida, North Carolina, Colorado, Oregon, and Montana will each gain 1 seat. Though California lost a seat for the first time in its history, the 2020 census continued a broader trend of northeastern and midwestern states losing seats and western and southern states gaining seats. Each U.S. representative represents one congressional district, which encompasses all or part of a single state. The states have wide latitude in the redrawing of congressional districts, a process known as redistricting. State power over redistricting is subject to limits set by the U.S. Constitution, rulings of the federal judiciary and statutes passed by Congress. In the case of Westbury v. Sanders, the Supreme Court of the United States established that states must draw districts that are equal in population, as nearly as is practicable. Subsequent court cases have required states to redistrict every 10 years, although states can redistrict more often than that depending on their own statutes and constitutional provisions. Since the passage of the 1967 Uniform Congressional Districts Act, most states have been barred from using multi-member districts. All states currently use single-member districts. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 establishes protections against racial redistricting plans that would deny minority voters an equal opportunity to elect representatives of their choice. The Supreme Court case of Thornburg v. Gingles established a test to determine whether redistricting lines violate the Voting Rights Act. In some states, courts have required the creation of majority-minority districts. Many states have also adopted other criteria, including compactness, contiguity, and the preservation of political subdivisions or communities of interest. Some states, including Arizona, require the drawing of competitive districts. In most states, the state legislature draws the new districts. But some states have established redistricting commissions. Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Michigan, and Washington use independent commissions to draw House districts, while Hawaii and New Jersey use politician commissions to draw House districts. In all other states with multiple House districts, the legislature draws district lines, although some states have advisory commissions that can play a major role in drawing lines, and other states have backup commissions if the state legislature is unable to draw the lines itself. Most states